about Tobin's status? Can you give us an update?
She won't travel to North Carolina. She'll be training next week. We hope to be able to get her some minutes against Chicago.
Okay. And then Dagny and Catherine were also out in the last game.
Yeah, Catherine, probably a couple more weeks until we know that exact date to get back on the training field. I'll hope to be on the training field in a couple of weeks. Dagny, this is one where if it was a home game, maybe we get her and push her along a little bit, but with the flights, and it's a back issue with the flights and the travel, there's no risk, so she won't travel, she'll be here. We hope that Dagny's in full training next week, ready for Chicago. Catherine will be a bit longer, and Tobin will be in training next week for minutes against Chicago.
Great. And I was also wondering, we all saw the news that Mallory Pugh is going pro, and there's been some reports that you guys might be interested. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, the interest last year was very strong, and we did the trade to try and bring Mal in. Since that time last year, I've had no contact, we've had no contact with the player. We're reading and seeing that news, my phone blew up, we're reading and seeing that news at the same time as everyone else, and right now, if she comes to the NWSL, there's another club who has her rights, or she has an option outside of NWSL, but I'm not in the loop, and I'm not aware of what her plans or thinking are. Last year, we were in that conversation because we're at the top of the allocation list. We're not there at this point.
And then going to North Carolina this weekend, this is obviously the team ended your guys' season last year. Do you notice that maybe some extra motivation in the group just to kind of get some revenge from last year?
From the players' perspective, I've already heard, yeah, 100%, and they're gonna. They're out there, and they're gonna want to add a little bit more extra to this, give a little bit extra to this. Me as a coach, every single game has some kind of emotion. This is a strong one, of course, a strong emotion, but every game has an emotion to it or some history to it. If we can channel that to help us execute game plan and play the soccer that we like to play, then of course it helps. We can't go down the path of letting too much motivation distract us from what needs to be done, or too much excitement distract us. So I think it's going to be a great balance. I'm very focused on what we need to do in this game to set us up to be successful. The players are chomping to get on that pitch and play against them.
When you look at the Orlando game, what do you feel like the team maybe needs to learn from that? Obviously it was a great win, but you said it wasn't the most settled game, felt like a first game. What do you feel like you want to learn from it going into this game?
Well, we tried to simplify it as staff, to make sure there wasn't as much rotation and fluidity to our play. We needed that specifically in the first half. That probably ended up making it a little bit more difficult because we hadn't trained like that. We train with great fluidity with the ball, and also with our defensive organisation in when we're high or medium or low. So a few tweaks to try and simplify it probably made it a bit more hectic. Half time, we got to calm everyone down. We got to just hammer in a couple of things that needed to happen, and I think the second half was a lot better. Halfway through the second half, we went back to our old shape, or our shape that we've been training and used to, that has a lot more fluidity and is a lot easier to release certain people when we're defending, to press when the opportunity is there to press. So for the game, the players managed it really well. It was a crazy game, and our quality individually really shone throughout that game. And now we get it out the way, we focus on being the best team we can, and the stronger the team can as a collective, the better chance individuals have of doing what they're here to do. So I think we learned that we've got to be defensively better. They play through us. We learned that we can be so dangerous with various ways of attacking. I felt we attacked in wide areas, we attacked behind them, we attacked in front of them, we attacked between them. So we learned that we can do those things, and we got to bring that to every game.
How are you guys kind of preparing for the week and managing a pretty significant travel to play your best game Saturday?
Still, in a way, we're still recovering from a first NWSL game, and we've got to first we've got to be aware of that, and then we've also got to do the things, and the players and the staff got to do the things to put the players in a great place. And then we have travel, and it all comes down to taking care of the bodies and minds and making sure that we do as much as we can. And the players are a fantastic professional group who do a great job in taking care of themselves. I thought last year we did a very good job on the road, and it comes down to two things. It comes down to our togetherness as a group, and it comes down to what the individuals do to take care of their body, take care of their mind, and ready to execute what we're all about on that day. And we did a good job last year. This is our first taste. This is a very settled group. I feel good that we'll handle it well and be ready.